All right. Me and Brandon, Big C, Mr. 100 Jumps. We gonna start a little series where we just review shit, movies, TV shows, shit like that. I'm gonna do this with this niggas because he be watching a lot of shit too.
Oh
A
yeah,
lot of the movies he be watching, I'll be watching too. So we are here for Creed 3. This was a big movie for me. Ever since I seen it announced, I wanted to see this more than I wanted to see the second Black Panther. Like, I've been really looking forward to this movie. I don't know about Brandon because I know how he is about Marvel and Black Panther, but I've been really looking forward to this movie. I've seen all the Rocky movies. Maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, I watched all of them. Even for its time, like now, how they still held up, I think is they pretty good because I mean I binge watched like 5 or 6 Rocky movies, and then the Creed series, the continuation, I think is fucking fire.
Yeah.
Now I just seen the third one. Well, we both seen it. It just came out today or yesterday.
It came out Wednesday.
Damn, for real?
It came out on some early release shit, and I was gonna go see it, but my homegirl from work is like my movie battle, so we be going to the movies now.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so we waited for the day because normally I'll see that shit Thursday. But I was like,
right.
Because we saw Cocaine Bear and shit.
Bro, how was that?
Bro, that shit was lit, dude. The shit, it's because it's gruesome and it's funny.
Hold up. We're gonna talk about that one later. Let me go see it, then we're gonna do a video on that one.
Okay, all right.
That's funny. Because I've been seeing like little previews and I'm like, that's kind of a wild concept, but
it is. So the thing though, a lot of people was like, oh, because it's based off a true story, but to make the movie, people looked into what happened in real life.
Put the Hollywood stuff in it.
But once they put the Hollywood shit into it, it's worth seeing. So I'm like, people need to see that movie. Don't look up the stupid ass story online. Just go see the movie because it's worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Creed. All right. Where do we start?
So I like that. One is Michael B's. He directed it.
Right. Who did the first one or two? Because I thought it was maybe
Ryan
Coogler. Okay, that's what I was thinking. But then at the end, I seen it said Michael B. Jordan. So I do like now that he's stepping into that. He's doing the actor / director, like he's stepping into that realm. So that's dope.
But what I was hyped about,
more Black directors.
Michael B. Anime fan, and he said he wanted to base the fights off anime. So he's gonna go a different direction with how he did the fights. So when I heard that, the whole time I'm waiting for I see where he did it at, because these fights were filmed a little different, the choreography and all that. I felt was better than the first 2 Creeds. And then he used the whole heightened sense. He caught on to that, how he kept seeing the opening in Buddy's ribs.
That was dope.
But I really, because it was, I didn't expect how he did the fight between him and Dane. To where it was just them, and I thought that shit was dope. Like,
when it was just like them in the ring, nothing else. That was a dope sequence.
Like, I enjoyed it.
That's so, man. I want us to, when we do this, I want us to give grades at the end.
Yeah,
but not even grades, like a number grade.
Yeah.
I was about to say my grade now, but I'm about to wait. It's gonna be wild, but yeah. As far as like, there was not a dull moment for me in the movie. It wasn't like, okay, we gotta sit through this little piece. Like, I was engaged the entire time. It was a dope story. I like how they did the backstory. I knew you was gonna like. They had a couple nip soundtracks.
Oh nigga, hey bro,
soundtrack is fire. Hey. We're gonna get a soundtrack A.
He came in with the Dre beat off rip, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, I know this song, I know that beat, and he added something different to it. And then because it was off the Chronic 2003, I think, because they went back to 2002 when they was telling the whole story about him and Dane. And then Buddy put on the white tee and the blue jacket. I was like, hold on. And then Dane had the Dodgers shit on. I was like, I'm feeling the vibes. And then they played another Dre track, but they did 2 Nipsey songs, and then Buddy came out to Nip. But I was sitting in that motherfucker eating my popcorn. I was trying not to throw up sets and shit, dude.
Yeah, that the track. Yeah, I get
and
that.
Grinding on My Life, man. He picked that song. I'm like, that's.
I knew that was your shit, because that was the shit
dude.
that y'all had for y'all shit. Oh yeah, shout out to Sound and Revenge. Coming soon.
Yeah, coming soon.
With Big C and Big K. KC. KC and JoJo.
Yeah,
Big
right.
K and Big C. But Sound of Revenge coming soon. Yeah, so I'm gonna give the music, I'm gonna give that shit a 10 out of 10. Story, I'm gonna give that shit a 10 out of 10. I like what they doing with the series. We had Rocky. Then we had Creed. I feel like after the Creed series is done, we're gonna get his daughter. She gonna be in the ring. I feel like that's the direction that we going.
They did that, but if they want on some real shit, they can go with Drago, Drake, with the son.
Right, and I like in this one how they was, they was back cool. That second one when he fought him, that movie was cold for me because because of the story, because what happened in Rocky. Adonis is fighting the son of the nigga who killed his dad now. I'm like, nigga, this shit is about to be fired. And Drago was he wasn't no bitch. That was
dude.
Hey, that was that nigga. And then it was cool how in this one, he's retired now. Him and Drago cool now. Drago even helping him train and shit like, yo. Nigga.
Hold on, dude. Hold on.
Yeah, the shit was cold, nigga.
I knew something was up when they was at the little party.
Right.
And Buddy, all of a sudden got attacked and nigga pull out a baton. I'm like, it don't make no sense for Buddy just to pull out a baton and bust Buddy's shit. And I'm like, I feel like this is a setup.
Yeah, see that didn't click with me.
It clicked. I was like, that's too random. And we know Dame is like, that nigga Jonathan Majors can act, man.
He was hungry.
This motherfucker be acting his ass off.
Right, he do.
But his demeanor, even when that nigga was Kane, he did a couple, like, his facial expression. He just be on some shit. He be like, that nigga acting, boy. Like,
that nigga acting for real, yeah.
Something didn't add up for why they got into it. And Buddy pulls out a baton. I got a baton.
I thought it was the other nigga. I thought he was with the other nigga who he was about to fight. I thought that was part of his team, and they was sabotaging it. But the other nigga,
the Mexican dude, I don't know his name, but he was a stand-up fighter.
Right.
Because he under the Creed promotion and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Stand-up dude. And then it's like, they had so many angles in the movie from that to where he trying to work in Dame to fight. And they got beef in the ring. But Buddy want one shot overnight. They building that up. The moms, you got the shit going with the daughter. He can't handle what's going on. It was a lot of shit. And it all flowed.
It did. Because a lot of times in movies, people will put too much shit in, and it feels like it's all over the place. Everything in this movie, the shit fit. And even when the mom, they spoke on it at the beginning, that was foreshadowing, but I didn't catch it until later on.
Like, I knew it.
I didn't catch it until later on.
And they was like, oh, another stroke. And I was like, oh, she gonna die. And then my thing was like, she probably gonna get her moment to have like a really good speech. Because she trying to compete with Angela Bassett. And I was like, go ahead, Felicia. But and it's kind of like she done enough movies at this point we can kind of write her off. So I kind of felt like when they mentioned that, I was like, she probably gonna die. Because I was like, when they did it, I was like, damn, that's a lot to add in to everything else that's going on. And then when he was like, he didn't get the letters, the only thing he never told Dame he didn't get the letters. He was like, I didn't get them. He's like, I sent it to the same address. And I was like, damn.
I think he picked up on it.
Yeah.
Dame, like, damn, your mom, didn't give you the letters. And he don't, Adonis or Michael B. Jordan, he didn't have to say that, but it was like, okay, I mean, she stayed at the same spot. And he like, yeah. And they both like, he thinking, damn, my mom didn't give me the letters for whatever reason. And then he thinking like, damn, your mom didn't give you the letters I sent. Yeah. So it didn't need to be said. They both knew what it was.
She pulled that shit was out. I was like, because they showed Buddy mugshot on the pic. She went straight to it. I was like, why she going? I know she going to get them letters. Why?
Yeah, see,
And
I
then
didn't
she
know
had
why
him.
either. And she knew too.
Yeah, because she saw that. I was like,
She seen the nigga that stopped the Drago fight. I was like,
yeah,
that's the nigga from the picture.
yep. I was like,
He's like,
okay.
all this shit ain't coincidental. It's
It
movie
was so
time.
random though. I was like, why the fuck? Because the movie, I mean, something got to happen for this nigga to get the fight. We've already.
Yeah. And so that's why I thought it was so random, but that's good writing now. Because I thought they just pulled some shit out the ass, made a nigga hit him, but it made sense now. This is a nigga that he knew in jail, sabotaged the fight so he can get a shot at the title fight. So it made sense, and they didn't just do that randomly. And then it's like, how convenient type thing. It made sense.
How they sold it, the preview and the trailer didn't give that away. Because they made it seem like him and the champ, Dame and the champ, had beef from sparring. And that's all they gave us. So when they started sparring, I'm thinking it's gonna get out of hand, but they both got a good shot in. Cause I was like, man, you gotta usually let the champ have some hands. Yeah. But when Buddy started hitting that shoulder, I was like, that nigga was fighting so damn dirty, dude. I was like,
he was fighting dirty, but that nigga was
Adonis can survive that shit. Cause
he was hungry. He just was like, this. I'm watching this nigga. He's not returning my life. He's living my life.
Man.
He was like, that was me. He was out the fighter. Now I'm watching my little brother basically live my life. So he came out, like they said, with a chip on his shoulder. He was hungry, all that shit.
Yeah. And then even his that nigga mannerisms in the ring and how he would move. I'm like, this nigga own one, man. Like
he monster.
He embraces the role.
Right.
And I'm just like, because he did it. This nigga's last 3 movies. Because I didn't get to really enjoy him on Lovecraft Country. I saw like 1 or 2 shows. It's dope.
You got a show?
So I haven't finished it. That's one of the only shows I didn't finish because I know I can go back to it. And then I know it's only 1 season. But then I got to see him in other shit. So when I saw him in Harder They Fall, they made it seem like it was Idris Elba was a star, but he was. Mm-hmm. So that's when he caught my attention. Like, this nigga, okay. And then He Who Remains, he had the one scene where he's just acting, just going in. I was all right, buddy, nice. So we knew he was gonna be Kane. Then Devotion came out of nowhere. I'm like, damn.
I haven't seen that one or He Who Remains.
Well, He Who Remains is from Low Key season 1.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. That's just his
that's another alias.
Yeah. And then I knew the script for Creed, but they made it seem like it was gonna be Clubber Lang's son. So they was hinting it was gonna be somebody similar to Clubber Lang in the movie for Adonis. Clubber Lang was Mr. T.
Yeah.
So they was hinting at that. So I was like, so when I finally saw the preview, I was like, okay, this is something more just for the story. Because they pretty much ran with the Rocky stuff off the first 2. So this was the first true standalone Creed movie.
Yeah.
And that's why they ran Stallone off. And that's why Michael B was directing it. So, but to me, it's the best one out of the 3.
Man.
And this one, man, he put up a better fight because usually Adonis be getting his ass whooped in his movies, man. And I'm like, this nigga fighting and it's even.
Yeah. I was thinking he was gonna be getting demolished, but he pretty much held his own the whole fight.
He did. I like how they kept it even. He took some blows, but he traded back and he overwhelmed Buddy's dirty boxing.
Yeah,
because I love boxing, man. So I thought it's a good ass movie, man. And then I'm like, niggas was clapping in the theater, dude. I don't know if they. I don't know if they
like that. Yeah, it was crazy because I didn't think they was gonna have that type of reaction. I ain't never really been in a movie where people clapping and cheering and shit.
Bro, I've been in some. It's usually a big Marvel movie. The most reactions I've seen, and this is, but I can't even get it because all these niggas act in Marvel movies. But it's like a big Marvel movie, the fucking Spider-Man movie, when all three of them were there. Just the reactions. This was one, niggas clapped twice back to back. They clapped because he won, and then it was something else they clapped again. And I'm sitting there laughing.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy because that shit happened in mine too.
Yeah, motherfuckers clapping, man, because they invested into the movie because you feel for Adonis. But then you got like, you be like, damn, you know, because the only point in the movie I was like, yo, this nigga really did a good job at this movie, because I was upset with Adonis at the fact he did cut Buddy off when he went to jail. Even though he wasn't getting the letters, I felt like he could have reached out.
And he could have. He could have. That's why he apologized.
He addressed it later on.
But even like you're right. Even though your mom didn't give you the letters and shit, you knew where he was at. You could have still reached out.
Mm-hmm.
Whether your mom gave you the letters or not, you could have did that on your own.
Put some money on his books or something. I was like,
yeah. Yeah, especially now that you like at a point, like check on your mans.
Yeah,
like you're in a way better position to do something, even if it is just put money on books.
Yeah,
you're right. But yeah, that was well written. Everything. This shit was a fire movie for me. It was amazing, and it's just got me ready for Creed 4 and what they can do. Like I really feel like once they end it with Adonis, it's gonna be his daughter. So, and I think that's gonna be a dope. Now we into women's boxing.
So one vibe I got, one of my favorite scenes is when
I still got my movie popcorn.
Dude, I had a large bucket. Dude, I ain't gonna lie, I finished like 70%. I never finished them.
I can't never finish the movie popcorn in the movies.
The fucking previews be 30 minutes now, man. I really be sitting there counting that shit. And then, his daughter, when she was watching his fights on the tablet and she hit it, it's like, man, that's dope. And I ain't gonna lie, I was like, that gave me a Kobe Gigi vibe. I was like, man, that's pretty cool. His daughter wanted to take on boxing. And then everybody liked when that little girl tried to bully her and tore the picture up, and
she knocked that ass out. Right.
And then Adonis like he proud, but he like, damn, you know, why she bullying my kid? She deserved to get hit, and the mom trying to
why we ain't talking to the other child?
Yeah,
he right.
It's like, there was a lot about this movie that was great. And I was like, man, but somebody was like, oh, I'm sad that's the last Creed movie. But I feel like it's either gonna be his daughter. They could do a spinoff with Draco, whatever his name is.
I like him as an actor. That would be dope, but I don't think it's gonna happen just because it's something.
Because he's a support guy, like his character. So they could do the daughter, and honestly, I think they could pull off a movie with Dame.
Yeah, I'm about to say him too.
Because he could.
This might not be the end that we see him.
I don't think it is, because he was like, why would he stop boxing? Like he got the reality check he needed, but there's no need for him to stop boxing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
just like Drago. He was in Creed 2.
Yeah.
He was about to do the title fight in Creed 3. He's still boxing as well. So yeah, you're right.
And then they kind of got to give I can't remember his name for nothing, man. The Mexican champ.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but
because he
I ain't like him at first, but he cool.
Yeah, because he growing you, and it's kind of like he's just trying to do his thing.
Yeah.
But you start to like him now because Dame is such an asshole villain. You be like, you feel bad for Buddy, and then he beat his ass, but he was cheating with the elbow and the arm shit.
Yeah.
So you get like, you feel you got sympathy for Buddy. That's why that movie is good.
And no, it's good because they gave the element too. Adonis had ties to both of these people.
Yeah,
this is his childhood friend, and this is his fighter now.
Yeah.
So he kind of like rooting like for both kind of. But the way Dame went about getting a win, nigga was just like nah, that's not the way.
Yeah.
Like that's not the way.
I feel like
that element was crazy that they did that because he's got two people that he really fucks with in this fight. And it's like, who can you really cheer for?
And then it's like, even the build-up for Buddy to be fighting Drago is still such a dope story for him as a promoter now.
Yeah.
But when they bring Dame in, It's a whole different element.
He on his Floyd shit now.
Yeah. So I don't want them to write Buddy off. His fighter.
Which one? The Mexican one?
Yeah. I feel like he need to get some kind of just due. So I don't know how they get, because I feel like they got to run it back. Him and Dame should run it back. Because I assume Michael B gonna retire again.
I thought we was gonna see the Mexican versus Drago fight. I really thought that was gonna happen. And then I was like, damn.
I thought Dame would probably take like another fight, a first fight or something to get his name out there. But I was under the impression like it was gonna get out what happened in training camp between the two to where his name came out. But it's just like, I don't know. That's how well the movie. If you can't guess what's gonna happen,
right,
then it's a good movie. So it's just like,
and that's how I like it. Because some movies you be like, oh, this is gonna happen,
yeah,
and then it happens. So I did like it that you couldn't really guess it. Because I was trying to figure out. I was like, we got to see Adonis and Dame. We're gonna see the Mexican and Drago, and I thought we was gonna see Dame and something else in between that. But Dame went from the belt to Adonis.
Yeah. He didn't get the I'm thinking he'll get like one title defense.
Yeah.
Just when that nigga called first take, oh, we live now, little bro.
Oh yeah.
I was like, dude,
that was wild too.
I was the only one laughing because some of the shit he did, I kept laughing. I'm like the only nigga in the theater laughing. I'm like, yo, this nigga ignorant. This is Kane. This dude ignorant. Like, but when Buddy the dude, this one dude,
first take, Stephen A said, put him on live.
Put him on now.
He said, oh, we got a call. The dude that played younger Dame, I seen him on All American. He was in All American, which was also based out of Cali as well. So it's like they keeping the Cali actors, for these Cali TV shows and movies and stuff. But yeah, he's an All American as well, which is based out of Cali.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew they was in Cali when I saw them palm trees.
Yeah.
Opening scene. I felt like he's trying to get that Black Panther 1 vibe.
Yeah.
When he got left behind and just had it open. I was like, I see what you're doing, Mike. I see what you're doing. But yeah, that I don't have nothing bad about that movie, man. Nothing bad at all.
Me neither. That's why that's on my number grade is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I think
it's a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
This is the first time we doing these reviews and shit, and I'm giving the first thing we review a 10 out of 10. I don't want people to feel like that's gonna be just thrown around. Like I'm gonna be giving 10s out.
Nah, that
so easily, but it is a very good movie.
Because it was never boring. It was unpredictable. Even if you could figure some shit out, there's only two things I could figure out was that when they did the scene with the mom and the stroke shit came up. I was like, okay, I can see her dying in the movie. And the other one, it was so random at the party for Buddy. Somebody just randomly attacked Drago. Yeah. Buddy pulled out a fucking baton. And I'm like, that ain't no regular ass weapon you pull out. Like, and he aimed. And I'm like, that's targeted.
Yeah.
And then it made sense when the pick. Cause in my head, I'm like, I feel like Dane might be involved, but I can't prove it until the mom went for the letters and pulled the picture out. And I was like, because they showed the mug shot, this, and that, and she turned the TV off. So those are the only things. But other than that, everything else was like the flow of the movie, the storytelling, the fights. I'm like, shit, man. That shit. I think it's I give it a 10 out of 10 too.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. And then on some person, it's a beautiful black movie. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, shit. That shit dope. I was like, okay.
I really hope they continue it with the daughter if they do.
I gotta do something. It's that would be the best move, I think.
There are other people I want to see, and maybe we'll still get to see more of them, throughout the Creed franchise. Like like Drago and the Mexican. I really want to see. I'd rather see Drago than the. I don't know the Mexican guys and his name, and I hate that I gotta keep saying Mexican, but he was Mexican.
Yeah, I just can't remember. Like he was a good character, but he was more of a filler. Like
yeah, I'd rather see more Drago. I liked him as a character.
Yeah.
But when they done with the Creed, they go to the daughter. Well, I would want them to go to the daughter. I'd like to see that. Dope.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I had a big ass piece of popcorn. All right, so that's our review. Check us out next time. We're gonna do Ant-Man.
Okay.
And see y'all next time.
Yeah.